Greetings. Yeah, so the other day I made a short video just mentioning a few things about the cargo van and doing this work. And I received, there was a few comments where people asked, you know, for a full-length video on details on how I got started and how you can kind of get into it. So yeah, we're gonna talk about how I went from working at Amazon, Amazon DSP delivery driver, to doing this. I'll try to be as transparent as possible. It will most likely be flawed, but like I said, I'm gonna try my best to be transparent and give you some valuable information, you know, because this work has changed my life for the most part, and it can change yours too, you know. Everyone has their own advantages, their own obstacles. You just need to navigate around whatever your life situation is and find a way, you know. What's that quote, that corny quote about lemons? Yeah, when you get lemonade, no, when people give you lemons, you squeeze lemonade or something like that. Anyway, yo folks, so this is 2 days later. I'm actually booked on a load right now going to Houston, Texas. From it was the pickup was in North Carolina, and now we're heading to Houston, Texas. Yeah, I was in Michigan. I had a delivery that went to Michigan.
For 102 miles, continue straight on.
And then I went from Michigan to South Carolina, and I got the pickup in North Carolina going to Texas. Right now, I think I'm in Alabama. Yeah, I'm in Alabama. Got about 7 hours left, and we're heading straight to H-Town, baby. So yeah, I guess I'll dive right into it and give you the best transparent story I can about how I got into doing this gig here, going from Amazon to this. So yeah, last year around this time I was working, you know, as an Amazon DSP. Basically they use the same exact vans, you know, the Dodge ProMasters or the Ford Transits, and you literally just deliver packages to your local county or wherever you are at, you know. Hundreds of packages a day. You know, you have a lot of freedom and independence. You know, no one's really down your neck during the day. You know, you're out there on your own. You're constantly stimulated because you're outside and you're moving around, seeing different stuff. You can interact with people every now and again. So it wasn't too bad, and the money was decent for that time. I was making roughly at least $630 every week at Amazon. Yeah, so I was there for a few months, as I said, and I'm always trying to improve and increase and expand what I got going on. And I noticed I gravitate towards a lot of driving jobs. You know, outside of Amazon, I've done other like little odd jobs where I'm driving. So I was trying to research, you know, how I can make money, you know, doing this. And a YouTuber that I watched, that I've been watching for years, Zaylock23 actually. Yeah, I posted a video one day about how he makes thousands and thousands while he's in the US, and he's able to go back to Ghana and build. And I was like, man, this is a similar, I can see myself doing a similar thing. Like, what's he doing? How's he doing this? And I stumbled across one of the cargo van videos. Yeah. You know, he had bought a van, this van that I'm actually in right now, and was driving around country, state to state, making 2 bands every week. I was like, wow, okay. You know, I watched a couple of vlogs and I was very intrigued, and I had planned to save up and get my own van, you know. Fast forward, he had posted a video a few months ago where he was looking for a driver, you know, to drive his van while he was away in Ghana instead of leaving the van sitting in the US. So, you know, I reached out, not really thinking that I would actually have a legit chance, you know. But I just took my chance and just reached out. I was like, you never know. Literally about a month later, I get a random phone call. Yeah, and it was him, and we just began chopping it up, and he started teaching me about, you know, more details about the business and prepping me. And we went over a lot of things, you know, my driving record, my experience level, and, you know, we basically concluded that, yeah, I'm perfectly fit for the job because I'm a traveler, I'm adventurous by nature, I love to drive, and I love to make money too. So it was like a perfect fit. And yeah, that's basically how I got into it, you know. I was already planning to save up and buy my own van, and yeah, this opportunity just came to me. I manifested that opportunity, and I jumped on it. And that happens a lot in life, you know. You could be planning for something, and an opportunity comes up. You must take action. You must take action. So once I took action, that's how I ended up here. But yeah, so far it's been really, really blessed. It's changed my life. I'm making way more than I was making at Amazon. I mean, what I make doing this, let's say, all right, what I would make in Amazon in a week, I can make doing this in a 1 day or 2 days, easily. So when you start compounding the numbers and doing the math, woo, it's well worth it. And this is with me doing the split, because obviously I don't own this van. So there's obviously, you know, we have a split, we have a deal, and I still make a very, very, very good amount. And I'm so grateful to do this because I see it as also free training. So once I do decide, like, I'm ready to have my own van, I have all the experience, I know all the ins and outs, and it's literally just signing up with companies and, you know, those kind of things. So yeah, if you want to get into this, I would say really do your research cargo van expediting around the US. There's so many different ways you can do it. What I do is OTR, which means over the road. So I'm doing cross countries at least once a week. You know, but there's different levels to it. I've seen videos on YouTube where people do local stuff, you know, or regional. They might stay on the East Coast and still make roughly the same amount. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. Yeah, so my camera started overheating being up there on the windshield. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got into the gig, you know. And yeah, Zad was able to just set me up with the same companies that he was running with, which was about 3. So yeah, when you're doing cargo van work, you always want to run with at least 3 companies, so that you have 3 companies. Oh Lord. I saw the popo. I had to put the camera down. So yeah, you want to have 3 companies at least, so you have 3 companies looking for loads for you. You know, that way you're guaranteed to make money at least every day. You know what I mean? So that's how it goes. Yeah, so he set me up. He also put me on his commercial insurance and those things, you know, and we have our fair split, we have our agreement. And yeah, it's been a blessing. This has been a blessing. You know, even I think this is my second month, 3rd month now, and already I'm able to, you know, change a lot of things. And I'm gonna be traveling next month. I'll be in Africa. I'll expose where I'm going in the next video, maybe the next couple vlogs will be me out there. So yeah, you know, it's a blessing. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I gotta say. I hope everything I mentioned brings value to someone, or to you guys that are interested in this, or want to, you know, maybe take a chance to try it out. I really recommend it, to be honest with you. Instead of buying a daily driver from a dealership, you can get you one of these, and it will become an asset that'll make you money right back, you know. So the more I learn about it, the more I'll make videos if people want, you know, because I'm also actively learning. I'm fresh into this, and so far it has been great. Once I get my own van, I'll expand and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna holla at you guys. Yeah, if you found it valuable, leave a like, comment. If there's any information that I might have missed that you want to know, comment. Maybe I'll make a short video about it, or another full length. Holla at me. We're almost in Texas. All right, peeps. Bevante signing out. Peace.